is KWTN 100.9 FM.
The official radio station of the Winnebago Tribe.
KUWTN 100.9 FM. It is Thursday. It is just past 4 o'clock, and it is time for the REZ Ride. So I hope that you guys can call your friends and get everybody involved because we are going to go cruising today. Of course, I'm your host, MC BKC, and I'm joined live in the studio by
DJ Besame.
DJ Besame and
DJ Ride Redhorn.
DJ Ride Redhorn. And I had your gain up just a little bit too high, so I had to bring you down there.
Hello.
So, of course, it is Thursday. It is also a tribal payday, which is usually a heyday with a lot of activity happening in and around Winnebago. There was actually is it new to Winnebago, a food truck?
That Coffee and Nosh, or
Yeah.
Heartland Coffee and Nosh.
Have they been here before?
I believe they were over, they participated in the Village Market a few times, or like the, the farmers market
Sure.
days when they would have those.
Okay, so they've been here before?
Yeah, and this was their first time at a different spot here in
Yeah, they were
Dago.
down by the big screen. And so, like I said, Payday Thursdays are usually a pretty excited day because people are out and there's a lot of activity. Plus, it is windy as a mofo,
I know.
but it's actually not bad out. So it's not like it's winter and whatever. And so people are itching to get outside and that kind of thing. So there's a lot of good stuff going on. So don't forget, here on the REZ Ride, KWTN 100.9 FM, if you are joining us via terrestrial radio, welcome aboard. Call your friends because we're going to be with you over the next 120 minutes. And if you can safely do it as well, you can always join us on our YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, search for That Fire Though, THO, and you will see us broadcasting live because, of course, we're going to have the Wheel of Misfortune as well as all the other parts of the program. About halfway through, we're going to get into a love line that has some real heartbreak in it.
Oh.
So I want you guys to get ready because when I got the messages, I was like, really? It was kind of one of those moments and stuff and whatever, but still, we're going to put it out there because advice is being sought, as well as we have a very different vibe for our new Sensation Thursday, deeper into the show, and then, of course, all the other parts of the program. So if you don't know, guys, this is Morris Day and the Time with their song from the album. It's called Ice Cream Castles. Do you remember this song?
No.
You've never heard this song?
No. If I did, I don't remember. But I like it.
Okay, Ice Cream Castles is the album that The Time released. Did you know about The Bird?
The Bird.
And Jungle Love?
No. That doesn't sound familiar.
It came out near the Purple Rain era. And of course, Morris Day and the Time were a part of the Purple Rain movie. Of course, it was Prince's movie, but he knew all these guys and they were in the movie with him. So this is the album that they put out in a very similar time period.
Okay.
And this, of course, is the title track from that. And I always like it because it always reminds me of summertime.
That's the vibe it's given.
Yeah. And especially if you listen to it like when it is summertime, because of how it just flows along and cruises and stuff. And of course, Morris and the fellas, I don't remember all their names. But it's just a good vibe. It's just a good vibe. So, of course, that's Morris Day and the Time. So, before we get into the programming, how are you guys feeling today?
Oh, feeling lovely. Thursday. Beautiful.
Yes, absolutely. Right-eyed Red Horn.
I'm feeling pooped out. It was a day.
It was a day? So, tell us something that happened to you in your day.
The truth or my story?
The windy.
The windy story?
The windy part of it. So whatever you want to say.
No, I just made a joke on Facebook.
Oh,
yeah, I did. Yeah, that my hairpiece blew off, and so I went running after it, and it was in the ditch, and so I bent over to pick it up, and my ribbon skirt flew up over almost to my head. And so, exposing my panties, my granny panties.
Okay.
And then I just put, my face was red. And I put, just kidding, because I don't wear panties. Then I put, just kidding again, because I was sitting in my car trying to eat my lunch, and I was just talking crap.
Oh, and there we go. Of course, that is the Wheel of Misfortune, and what we have are 6 categories today, guys. And so, DJ Bessamy, do you want to read them off?
Yes, we have No Thanks, Long Lost Deliciousness. Yes, we are going. Tip of the Hat, Wag of the Finger.
Okay.
Fave movie scenes.
All right.
And pet stories.
Yes, because it is National Pet Day later on, and we'll get to that when we do the days of the week. And so now we're getting into the songs. Today's playlist is going to be almost entirely from the mid-1980s club mix.
Okay.
And so I hope you guys are ready for that. And of course, this is Morris Blackman and the fellas with Cameo with their song Word Up. So who wants to go first? DJ Right-Eyed Red Horn, you never went first yet.
Oh.
So I think you should.
Oh.
So are you ready to spin the wheel?
Let's do it.
All right, spin the wheel then.
Watch out for my hairpiece now.
All right. And so the first category is pet stories. So any story about a pet, whether it was your pet or someone else's pet or whatever it was. And I want to ask you guys a question before we get started. Do you all want to take the same category, or do you want to spin individually?
Ooh, let's try that.
Yeah, let's spin, or let's take the same category.
So we'll do the pets
all right.
today?
So we're all doing pets this round.
Okay.
Okay, so pet stories, DJ Right-Eyed Red Horn.
Oh, mine is terrible, but I have to tell it because it's just like so ingrained in my head.
Okay.
But so way back in the day, after my mom passed away, we moved in with my kaka Imogene.
Yeah.
And one day we went to the Woolco store. Do you remember that store?
Yeah. Yes.
And they had goldfish there. And I just wanted a goldfish so bad, and I kept begging her, can I get a goldfish? Can I get a goldfish? She didn't want me to have it. She said, because you have to clean its bowl every day, and you have to feed it, blah, 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 whatever. And I said, no, I will. I promise. So anyway, I got the fish, and a week goes by and I was all gung-ho. Then another week goes by and pretty soon I kind of started neglecting it. And the third week goes by and she was like, you get in there and you clean that bowl out. She said, that fish is just swimming around in its poop. And I said, okay. So, remember they used to have the little nets?
Sure, they still do, yeah.
So, anyways, she told me that. She said, that little net's over there. And I said, no, I just grab it with my hand. So I went in the bathroom and I grabbed it with my hand and I was trying to dump the bowl into the toilet. Yes. And here the fish slipped out of my, and it went in the toilet. And I looked at it and I didn't want to dig in the toilet to get it out. So I flushed it down.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
So it's probably swimming in the sea somewhere.
I doubt that.
It grew 3 times its size.
Oh my gosh, it had 3 eyeballs and all that other kind of stuff. So,
but I just remember that, and I thought, and then I told her, I said, it accidentally fell in the toilet. Well, go get it out. I can't. I flushed it. I was in trouble, and I couldn't have no more goldfish.
Oh darn! So did you give it a name?
I did not.
You did not. It was just Goldie.
No, it was just fishy.
Okay, so all right. So that's your first pet story?
Yeah.
I think that's very common. I think that happens a lot.
Yes, people have done that. So all right. So my turn with pet stories. Now we didn't have many pets, especially after I got a little bit older. We had dogs when I was young and stuff, and I guess we had a dog when I was really, really young because my mom and dad would tell me about it and stuff, but I really don't remember it and stuff like that. So again, let's get this song situated, and that was, like I said, Cameo with their song Word Up, and I might as well keep that going right there. Some more Cameo with Candy. So the story I'm going to tell is fast forward many, many, many years, because Savannah has 2 dogs. I don't remember their breeds. One is, it's like a miniature poodle. The other one's a Havapoo or something like that. It's a mixed up whatever. So Mochi and Nutella needed to go over to the veterinarian that she was seeing at the time in Pender. I had never driven with those dogs before and never done anything like that and stuff, so it was kind of a chore because Savannah lives nowhere near Pender, as we don't either. And so getting them into the car was kind of an ordeal, because they're jumping all over and trying to sit in my face and everything. I mean, it just like, yes, all of that. And then of course we start driving and it doesn't quit. So we get over there and Mochi had some kind of issue going on and stuff like that. And so the vet looks at her and gives blah, 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 blah. And, you know, it says what needs to be done and this and that. So after we get done, bringing them back out to the car, I get in. Mochi and Nutella, they jump up, and I could tell that they were thirsty, so I did have a little bitty bowl, and I had a bottle of water, and I let them was drinking in it. So they drank some, you know, because I could tell they were thirsty and stuff. And then not even a few moments later, Mochi barfs all over the passenger floor, and it's like, oh my god, you know, and it was just like, okay, whatever. So I went back in, I told the vet, because that was part of the issue she was having and stuff. And she said, well, it's this and that. Plus, she said, sometimes dogs get car sick. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So, and needless to say, I had to clean it up. When I wear my contact lenses, I have to wear readers in order to see stuff up close and stuff. She barfed on the readers. Oh. Yes, and whatever. And so it was just kind of this strange thing. And then I had to take them all the way back home. So needless to say, they got what they needed, and she ended up getting better, which is, I guess, the main point. But
she made it.
Yes.
She made it a mess first.
Yes, dog barf on the passenger floor. So that's my pet story.
Dog barf is honestly kind of gross, to be honest. No.
Yes, it was, and it because it looks real odd. It's a strange color, and it's not like, you know, I mean, I'm not studying dog barf, but it's like whatever. So yeah. So anyway.
Okay. My dog story. Okay. My animal story is gonna be about So I had this American Bulldog. He'll be celebrating he's an old man now. His name's Chinks.
Okay.
And so when he was younger, it was probably when he was like 2 years old.
Yeah.
And we used to live in these apartments up in Sioux City, and we had like a little like basketball area and stuff like that. So we would let him run around in there, and then I had my nephews, so I wanted them to play and stuff and just run off some energy. So we were walking through, and the garbage disposal thing was at the end of the hallway. So I was like, oh, we'll knock that out while we're walking down there. I'll throw that in the bin. So we walk down there. It's like the whole real long hallway, real long straight hallway. So and then he's like, he knows we're going outside, so he's eager to get outside, and he's pulling. And he was a very fast growing American Bulldog, so he was big. He was big for a 2-year-old. And anyways, we throw the trash away, but we had to go down like 3 little tiny flights of stairs. So they weren't like real long flights. They were probably like 4 steps, but it was like a spiral-ish kind of. And so as we're going down, he's pulling real hard, and then like I'm holding his leash. He pulls me down, and I I land on my butt. And the worst part about it, start stuttering. The worst part about it is those stairs were cement.
Oh no!
I phased my butt cheeks, and I was just like, and the thing that's the funniest about it is my nephews, like they're just like they were so like worried. They're like, it probably just looked dramatic to them, and it felt dramatic, but I was just like, laying there. I was just sitting there phased, and I was just like, y'all sprawled out. But yeah, I was just like, man, I didn't realize he was that powerful. But after that, I kind of made sure that I was nice and sturdy when I would take him around. But
oh geez,
yeah, he would pull me around, and that was just one of the times that it ended in that way.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so that has been the first round of the Wheel of Misfortune, and of course the subject in the initial was pet stories. Who knows, we might get it again. So here at KWTN 100.9 FM, that was Cameo with a 2 for Word Up and Candy. And now this is the Jets with their song Rocket to You. The Jets were very influenced by Prince. They grew up in the Minneapolis area after they moved, from I think Tongo, if that's where they were from. But you can hear it in this. But here at KWTN 100.9 FM, we have other programming. My other show, Midnight Love, is every night at 10 p.m. with the new shows debuting on Friday nights. And the last one we did was episode 60, and it was Extensions of Love, Volume 1. And those were extended mixes, full album versions of songs. And I really liked it because we didn't go in the slowest of the slow all the time. A few of them had a little bit of a bump with that, and we paid a lot of attention to the SOS band, and so it was a good time. So look for that, Midnight Love, every night. And then of course we just came out of the replay, All Requests Live, hosted by our very own DJ Bessamy. You can always get a hold of her to dedicate songs or request songs or send them out for whatever reason you want, radio friendly songs. 402-922-3347, and then there's always the top 5 of the week. And this week, what was the result?
So we have a repeat reigning winner, which is Creedence Clearwater Revival. It was probably like 4 votes, I want to say.
Oh, so a close one.
Yes, and it was Computer Love taking another stab at it. So.
Oh, I was a little surprised by that, but and that, like what you said on, I think was it on the text or social media? Anyway, that was a previous song.
Yeah.
Oh no, you said it during the show.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was. I want to say like more than twice.
Oh yeah, so it's quite popular.
Yep.
Okay, so of course, All Requests Live, 402-922-3347. Request your songs, birthdays, celebrity shout-outs, all that kind of stuff. So get a hold of DJ Bessamy and she will hook you up. Also, don't forget about Baby Bison Beats, which comes on usually after us.
Yep.
Any updates from McCash?
No.
Not yet?
But I send out my love to her, and I hope she knows that she'll always have a spot here with us here at the Big Boys.
Yes, things happening there. And then don't forget about the Big Hour, which comes to you every Wednesday, every Monday, every Friday. It's where one of the DJs takes you down the path of musical righteousness over the noon hour Central Daylight Time. And it's a pretty good time because we go all over the place. Each one of us has done multiple episodes.
Yep.
And so the last time around, that was you, right?
Yep.
Yes.
And then I want to say we're up in like the 3 digits of our episodes. We're at like 180 something, I think.
Oh yeah, because they keep rolling.
Yeah.
Well, it's 3 times a week, and stuff, and then everyone that comes up. The one that I noticed, because you did it a replay, you and Mackie.
Oh yeah.
That you guys did Timbaland.
Yeah, yep.
That was a good one.
He did the spotlight for him.
Yes. Oh, so that was his show?
Yeah,
okay.
Yep. I just kind of add my little ad libs. Nah.
No, it's all good because they threw that, and I love Timbaland. I think he's a good producer, good performer and stuff like that, and he's got some good songs there. So, yes, that is the big hour, and then of course Friday Night Hot Mix, hosted by our very own DJ Blue. What is it? Non-stop hits?
Non-stop hits and a non-stop mix.
Yes, I didn't want to mess that up too much, but that's Friday night.
Yes.
If you're in the mood to party and shake your moneymaker, DJ Blue will have you hooked up there. I do remind me to tell you something when we're offline, okay? And then also Big O Talks, the granddaddy of them all, hosted by our very own DJ Guaranteed, who's currently baking in the sun. But that is all things Winnebago Tribe, and there will be also some very, very good information that's going to be coming up through Bago Talks, especially next week and in the coming weeks. So you guys definitely want to pay attention to that. That is Tuesdays at 11. Bago Talks. Okay, so that was the Jets, Rocket to You, and this is also the Jets with one of their early hits, Private Number. We're going to give it a listen, guys. KWTN 100.9 FM. KWTN 100.9 FM. That is the Jets in another two for one of their early hits, Private Number. And you are on the REZ RIDE, KWTN 100.9 FM. Oh, and there we go, the prize puzzle sound. We have the second spinning of the Wheel of Misfortune. Ooh.
Again.
Yes,
What's
there we
up
go.
with this guy? Do you really like him that much? Yes, honey, I love
we're
him.
gonna
He is
end up with-
fine. He does a lot of nice things for me.
Yes,
I know
we're
he
going,
used to
so
do
I'll go
nice
first
stuff
this
for
time.
you, but what has he done for you lately?
We'll get started. And of course, that is the one and only Janet Jackson now with What Have You Done For Me Lately? I love that introduction. What's up, girl? He stood me up again. Okay, yes, we're going. And what this is basically an online lie, or it could be a truth. But later on in the summer season, or maybe it's going to be later on even this spring, a road trip or a journey or a destination, and you're going.
Okay.
And so it's kind of like, yes, we're going. Shut up. Just get in. We're going.
Yep.
Now, whether or not it happens, that's up to fate. So it could be a total and complete lie.
Could
So
just speak it into existence.
yes. And so mine is going to be, we're going to be watching the sunrise off of the east coast of Puerto Rico.
Oh, beautiful.
Yes, looking out over the hot Atlantic Ocean and seeing the sun rise. Isn't that right, Ride-Eyed Red Horn? Yes.
Oh, make it happen.
Yes, we're going. I don't know. I've seen other people go there, and I've seen other pictures and stuff, and either that, so
Yeah.
Puerto Rico, Jamaica, the Bahamas, one of the Virgin Islands, I don't care. I really
somewhere.
don't. Just somewhere in the Caribbean where you can just kind of see everything that nature has to offer, because I have never been there.
Me neither. That sounds like a good time.
Yes, and so I'm going to, might have to get a dreadlock wig and
Chop with one of those big hats.
yes, and I will guaranteed I'll be a reggae star down in wherever we go. So yep. So yes, we're going to be seeing the sunrise over the Atlantic from an island in the Caribbean, Puerto Rico, wherever, I don't care. So all right, so that's me. All right, DJ Best Me, yes, we're going.
I recently got tagged in a post on Facebook, and it was to an artist. Her name's Jessie Reyes. She just announced her tour, and so she's going to be doing some shows in a few cities that aren't too far away.
Okay.
And so my girl Trisha and Jordana are heavily influencing my decision to go. And so I may have to make that journey to one of these shows. I got to see her at Dreamville Fest, so I'd love to see her. It's just like her own show, so.
Sure. No, it's all
Concert
good.
to Jessie Reyes.
Like, how close is close?
Well, they wanted to go to Minnesota, but I wouldn't mind going to, I don't know, Kansas City, or go down to, I don't know, maybe, or go over to Denver, Colorado.
Well, that's always nice.
Chicago, maybe.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I don't mean, it's really, those really aren't huge distances,
Especially
definitely.
with the little speed racer and gas, just
Sure.
that kind of thing.
Okay. No, that's all good. So, yes, we're going.
Yes.
Okay. Right-Eyed Red Horn. It is your turn. Where are we going? We're going to go to Winnevegas. No. Hey, I wouldn't hate on that.
I have tickets to ABBA at one of them.
Oh, yes. Coming up, I believe, is it next weekend?
I think it's next
Don't
weekend.
quote me on the date, but yes, there is a remake group of course, the Scandinavian supergroup ABBA, and they are going to be performing live at Winnevegas, and we hear that it is an awesome production.
Nice.
ABBA, they are very, very, very dynamic artists, of course.
So my granddaughter Clara told me for her birthday she wants me and her and Papa to be on the beach again.
Oh.
So
Omaha Beach?
so her birthday is May 24th, I believe.
Okay.
So I think Kaka's gonna try to make it happen.
Yes, indeed.
And I told her mother, I said, well, we'll probably be going without you, but she's going to make it. I said, just me and Clara and Papa, because that's all she said. She's like, "Aw."
Oh my gosh.
Leave mom at home.
Oh my gosh, yes. So that is indeed one of those things. And it reminds me of, I swear. Is it going to transition? Yes, it does. Because these... If you know anything about Janet Jackson, when she released the Control album, this is one of the albums that I would honestly have to say was good top to bottom. Her and Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, they created an amazing album. And of course, What Have You Done For Me Lately? And Now You Can Be Mine. Okay, so that is our, yes, we're going in the second round of the Wheel of Misfortune. So it is time for celebrity birthdays. Are you guys ready?
Okay.
There weren't a whole lot, to be honest. This was kind of one of those weeks going forward, of course, where we didn't have a whole lot of stuff. So, all right. So celebrating their birthday this week, Mandy Moore. Do you remember Mandy Moore from the 1990s and into the 2000s? And then, of course, she became an actor, an actress, and was on, what was the name of that TV show you used to watch, Sharon? With Mandy Moore. She was the mom.
Mandy Moore.
Because she played both the young woman and then when they were older, she was always the mom.
Oh my God, I love that show, and I can't even think of what it's called. I'm sorry.
This Is Us.
This Is Us, yeah.
So Mandy Moore is celebrating her birthday this week, as is Daisy Ridley. Do you remember Daisy Ridley?
No.
Daisy Ridley is the actress who ended up playing Rey on the prequels to the Star Wars movies.
Oh, okay.
So, of course, spoiler alert, but you guys have had over 10 years to watch these movies now, so you should know them. But then she became kind of the new force of the Jedi, and she was related to Palpatine and blah, blah, blah. So Daisy Ridley, and then also she was in one of the Agatha Christie movies. I think it was Murder on the Orient Express. And some other movies. Really talented actors. So happy birthday, Daisy. Also, the one and only Kenneth Babyface Edmonds. He is celebrating his birthday this week. Yeah. I think he's still touring. So he's going to be celebrating on a stage somewhere when it's his birthday. Also to R&B ingenue, Summer Walker.
Oh, Summer.
Yep. Up-and-comer right there. She's celebrating her birthday, as is supermodel and Victoria's Secret model, Alessandra Ambrosio. She celebrates her birthday this week, as does Ed O'Neill. Do you know who Ed O'Neill is?
Ed O'Neill. Sounds familiar.
Ed O'Neill is the man who played Al Bundy on Married with Children.
Oh, okay.
The dad, yes.
Okay.
As well as others. And also to drag superstar Plastique Tiara celebrates the birthday this week. And of course to reggaeton star Manuel Turizo. I really like his songs. He celebrates this week. And of course, posthumously, very recently, Shannon Doherty would have celebrated her birthday. So many roles. Of course, 90210, Charmed, movies, other series, miniseries, etc. Shannon Doherty. And then, of course, David Letterman. Late night TV legend David Letterman celebrates his birthday this week. And then to one of the royalty in the music world, the Reverend Al Green.
Cool.
Al Green celebrates his birthday this week. Actor Ron Perlman, so many roles there. He celebrates his birthday this week, as does Anthony Michael Hall. A lot of famous roles there. And then, of course, Pete Rose celebrates posthumously. He passed away quite recently. To the one and only Emma Watson. She played Hermione on Harry Potter.
Okay, yep.
Yep, and then, of course, going way back, Leonardo da Vinci would have celebrated his birthday this week. Rapper Debrat. I never did know her real name. Someone probably told me at one point, but I really don't know it. So Debrat celebrates her birthday this week, as does posthumously Loretta Lynn celebrates in heaven. And then, of course, to, I don't even know what you'd call him, pop star Akon.
Oh, okay, yep.
Yes, so Akon celebrates. And then, of course, always one of our favorites, Chris Stapleton. He's going to celebrate his birthday in the coming week, as does actor Seth Rogen. And then again, posthumously, the one and only Selena Quintanilla Perez celebrates Selena. So also celebrates Chance the Rapper, comedian Martin Lawrence, posthumously Charlie Chaplin, NBA legend Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and actor John Cryer. All right, guys, let me get my bell while Janet finishes up with You Can Be Mine. All right, let's get a few tests. All right, you guys ready?
Yes.
All right, so as Janet is finishing up her song, how old is Chris Stapleton going to be? an amazing talent, an amazing singer. I can't wait to see what he has yet still coming because he's done some really, really good songs. Sang the national anthem at the Super Bowl even. So, now we're getting into some Ready for the World with Oh Sheila. How old is Chris Stapleton going to be this week?
37.
37.
40.
40, the big 40. He's actually a little bit older than that, guys. He's 46. I didn't think he was that old.
I didn't either.
Yeah, but he is. He's getting up there. So, of course, then we're going to go, how old is Babyface going to be? Legendary singer, songwriter, producer, everything in music. Just hits after hits after hits after hits. How
I'm
old?
going to say he's going to be 59.
59? Okay.
I'm going to say 67.
Close. He's 66.
67.
Yes. All right. So then, as we said in the initial, singer-actress Mandy Moore. Mandy Moore. How old is Mandy going to be?
45.
45. All right. Right eye. Mandy Moore is how old? Going to be how old?
33.
33? Not even close. She's 41.
Oh.
I think actually her birthday's today. I might even have that. So you'd recognize her face if you saw it. Supermodel and definitely Victoria's Secret icon, Alessandria Ambrosio. How old is the model going to be?
60.
60.
54.
54. Nope, she's only 43.
Oh.
Of course, he played one of the most iconic fathers on TV, especially through the late 80s and the 90s, as the ineffable Al Bundy. Ed O'Neill is going to be how old?
68.
68.
70. I don't know.
70, the big 7-0. He's actually getting up there, guys. He's 78.
Oh.
I know, again, just...
But he's still got 4 touchdowns at Polk High in one game.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so, of course, getting back into gospel, the Reverend Al Green, one of the most iconic singers of the R&B era. How
100
old
now.
is Al Green going to be?
90.
90, says right eye.
I'm going to say he's 83.
83? He close, 78. He's getting up there, though. That's getting up there. Okay, then next we're going to do, in what year was Leonardo da Vinci born?
Leonardo da Vinci.
In what year was he born?
I don't know.
I'm going to...
In what year was Leonardo da Vinci born?
1478. I don't know.
1470? Okay.
I'm going to say 1632.
1632, and you were actually really close, right? It is 1452. Mr. Da Vinci was born and was alive during the invasion. So, okay, then posthumously, in what year was country icon Loretta Lynn born? Coal miner's daughter, you ain't woman enough to take my man. In what year was Loretta Lynn born?
1929.
29. Okay.
I'm going to say 1939.
1939, so 10 years apart. Actually, a little bit closer, 1932. All right, so then finally we will do, where should we go? In what year was Selena Quintanilla Perez born? Of course, gunned down far too early by her manager. Was she a manager or fan club manager? Faux friend. Of course, she recently was denied parole from her prison sentence, which I agree with. She killed the woman, so she should never get out, but whatever. In what year was Selena's born?
I'm going to say... 69. 76.
76, okay. Right.
Yeah. Close. Somewhere around there.
I'm gonna say 70.
1970, again, close. 1971. All right, well, then we're going to do one more then. Late, of course, black and white movie icon, silent movie at that, Charlie Chaplin. In what year was Charlie Chaplin born?
I'm gonna say 1886.
86, okay.
Say 1890.
1890, one away, 1889. Yes, so those have been our celebrity birthdays. This is KWTN 100.9 FM, and if you didn't know, of course, that was Ready for the World, Sheila, and now this is Miami Sound Machine featuring Gloria Estefan on lead vocals. So we're going to give it a listen, and we'll be right back. Yes, indeed, KWTN 100.9 FM. That is Bad Boy by the Miami Sound Machine. Before Gloria got separate billing, that was just the Miami Sound Machine. And of course, the one and only Gloria Estefan on lead vocals. So it is time once again, guys. Oh, there we go.
Okay, DJ Destiny.
DJ Destiny gets the chance to spin that wheel. We're going to get into some Michael Jackson with Billie Jean. All right, so the category you got was...
Long Lost Deliciousness.
And what this is any type of food that either disappeared from the shelves or they don't make it anymore or the person that used to make it is no longer around, whatever. But long lost deliciousness. So something that... Oh, I wish I could have that again.
Okay.
All right.
So can it be like
anything?
Anything?
Yeah.
Anything that
any kind
can't
of
eat no more?
Any kind of deliciousness that you just simply cannot get anymore.
So whenever I seen the list for today, the first thing that came to mind whenever I seen this topic is I'm sure there's a form of it still out there, but it's not the same.
Okay.
And so there were these like little cream savers, and they were like strawberry cream or something like that.
Okay.
I want to say there's like strawberries and cream or something like that, but they were cream savers. And I don't know.
I remember seeing they don't make those anymore?
They do, but they're different now.
Oh,
like it's not the same.
So it's like new Coke?
Yeah. Yeah. It used to be really good though.
Okay.
They used to be my favorite kind of candy.
You know what? I just realized I don't have my watch on. It's still at the house. Anyway, sorry.
But cream savers, they still make them, but I don't know, just that specific flavor, that strawberries and cream, is not the same.
So it was kind of like, you know, a candy, if I remember right, that you would basically kind of just let melt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Those
had
were
long,
delicious.
Yes.
I haven't tried them recently, but I remember eating them way back in the
I
day.
know. I used to like, can I please get them all?
Oh, I know.
So as according to you, then what changed about it?
I don't know. Like the
More bland or
yeah,
too
but
different?
it used to
or-
have like a real strong, rich flavor to it, and then now it was like wasn't the same. Like
okay.
real bland, I would say that. Yeah, like it lost some flavor.
Okay. All right. Right-eyed red horn, long lost deliciousness, something you can no longer get.
So something I can no longer get is a cologne I used to wear from Victoria's Secret. They discontinued it, and it was the pink.
The worst.
Yeah, and I miss that. And Brian's gone online and found some, like the lotion and stuff, but they must have mixed it with something.
Reformula.
Yeah, it just like stinks. Like they're trying to like refill that bottle, and it just changed how it smelled. But yeah, that was my favorite. One of my favorite colognes that I used to wear back in the day.
Really did smell good, and it was also the signature perfume.
Yeah.
Which to me, when they ended it, was like, what the heck are you guys doing?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, seriously, that would be like Coke saying we're no longer gonna make Coke. You know, it's like all these other smells, you know, and whatever, and they try to push those ones down your throat and stuff, you know. And I liked Love Spell, I do. It always, for some reason, it made my, like, we were gonna eat. That's the way it made me feel. But whatever. But no, Pink itself, man, just a tragic loss.
It just smelled delicious.
And the other thing too that I was wondering with it, because like she said, I actually really tried to find it in places. What happened to what they had on the shelf? You know, it didn't just run out. Oh, we're not getting any more.
Yeah.
It was on the shelf and then it disappeared. What happened to all that? You know?
Threw it in a dumpster.
They probably loaded up on it.
I don't know, some kind of thing. Yeah, so.
Or maybe they've, like, you know, like they'll like take them and then resell or whatever they do,
Yeah.
and kind of up the price because they know that it's.
Well, anything that you see like now, because, you know, eBay or wherever you can get that resale type stuff, because I looked what's that other one? I have Etsy stuck in my head and it's not Etsy.
There's
Amazon?
Amazon, Temu, nah.
No, Poshmark.
Poshmark.
Oh, yeah.
Those people were just, I didn't want to buy anything from them. I didn't, because they were just crabby.
Yeah, I
You know,
believe that.
and it's like, well, I put it out here for whatever, and I was like, well, then go ahead and have it. Then, you know, I was like, whatever, and that kind
You're
of stuff.
crabby.
No, it's like you're trying to sell this, not sit there and make a political statement about it. Whatever. So okay, so that was Michael Jackson with Billie Jean off of the Thriller album.
Gee, you just ruined my deliciousness again by getting crabby. Making it a political statement.
I didn't, the seller did. Okay, so now this is still Michael Jackson in a cut off of the Thriller album that doesn't get a whole lot of pub. This is called Baby Be Mine. Okay, so my long lost deliciousness is back to the realm of food, and I think we've talked about this before, or at least I've said the story many times. Hostess, an old home, used to make these pans of breakfast rolls. And it was basically a rectangle pan about as big as my clipboard or maybe a little bit larger. And they weren't very deep, but it was like a cinnamon breakfast roll that had the fake white icing and it had that little circle of jelly in the middle. Oh my God, I miss those so much. They were just called, I think they were just called breakfast rolls or something like that. They didn't have a fancy name, but I just used to love those. That
sounds good.
Yeah, they were really good. There was nothing real about them. But they went away and they never came back. Walmart, years and years later, because you can find it now, they have kind of like a raspberry swirl inside their cinnamon rolls or whatever they do and stuff. It's similar, but it's not the same thing. So, yeah, so that is my long lost deliciousness. So, all right, that was the latest round of the Wheel of Misfortune. And we're going to be approaching, of course, the mid part of the show where we're going to get into Love Line. How much time do we got? We could spin it again. We got a little bit of time there. So want to give it another spin?
Gotcha.
All right, so Right Eye, it's your turn to go first again. So it's up to you. We got Long Lost Deliciousness again. Do you want to keep it or do you want a different category?
I want a different category.
So let's give it a little spin. And we're going to get... Oh, it's right over the edge.
Tip of the hat.
Yes, tip of the hat, wag of the finger. So this is where you get to have the option of saying tip of the hat to somebody who's doing something real good or something that you see that's happening in a really good way, or wag of the finger to you should be ashamed of yourself for being you.
No, I'd rather be positive and go positive. And
Okay, so what is your tip of the hat?
Tip of the hat would be just seeing. Don't even have to be somebody. It's just seeing all the greenness in the grass, and
So your tip
the
of the hat
trees are nature.
is to Mother Nature?
Yes.
That's where I was going.
And so just seeing all that. And I was telling my granddaughter this morning as we were driving to school, and I said, don't you think it looks pretty? She said, I like the fall because of all the colors. I said, I like green because green's my favorite color. And I said, and it's just when it's starting out, it sort of has that kind of like almost like a little light neon when the leaves are budding and it's kind of coming out.
Nice and bright.
Yeah, so I sort of pointed that out to her. She was like, yeah, I guess I like that too. But it's just like the smells now. Somebody was already out mowing.
Gee, really?
Yeah.
Hold
and it was just like that smell and just hearing the birds real loud again. And I haven't seen bugs yet.
Oh, they're there.
And I'm just like, oh, I don't want that part, but it's all a part of it. And I hope all those birds eat all them bugs. So
Yes. Every last one of them.
I know, but that's
Your tip of the hat?
tip of the hat.
Okay, that was Baby Be Mine by Michael Jackson. And again, another one was, I'm pretty sure this was also on the Thriller album, wasn't it? PYT, Pretty Young Thing. Okay, so tip of the hat, wag of the finger. And mine is going to be wag of the finger. And I don't mind getting into this here, just the fact that it's going to stain everything it touches. But my wag of the finger is to the so-called leader of the free world for tanking the world economy over a bunch of bullshit that never even need to happen, causing people's individual retirement account funds, their 401ks to go plummeting through the floor, causing them to panic and think they're not going to have money when they're old, as well as so many other issues for no reason. Wag of the finger. So in watching, because I am a political junkie, hearing some of the comments and stories, I loved hearing people talk about the idiocy and the absolute true, and I'm saying this in the word of having mental dementia madness of, does anyone know what's happening now? Because I don't even, the lights are on, but no one's home anymore. So, I don't know. It's kind of one of those things. So,
Yeah.
Okay, well, what about you, Bethany?
so
Now I'm right there with you.
my wag of the finger.
So,
All right.
my tip of the hat
Okay.
is going to go to... So, whenever you're approaching... So, we have two lovely roundabouts here in town.
Yes.
Aren't we getting another one, too?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yes.
And so, my tip of the hat is going to go to the folks out there that... How do you say it? Like, correctly utilize the roundabout. They're courteous and they use signals and, they yield when they're supposed to.
And they go when they're supposed to.
Yes.
It is not a stop sign.
Yep.
It's a roundabout.
Yes.
And on top of that, a wag of the finger. So on the opposite spectrum, a wag of the finger to the people that do the opposite. Because I be getting cut off sometimes.
Yes.
I cut somebody off one day and I felt really bad.
No, I
But
know.
when I was coming from the BIA and coming into town, the sign that was there, her car matched the color of that sign. So when she was going around,
Just blended right in.
yeah. And I started going and I looked just at the last second just to check again and I hit my brakes. And she just looked over at me. We knew who each other were, and then we were going to the same destination. She's like, you almost took me out. And I was like, I couldn't tell that. She said, oh, I know that sign really messes things up. I said, your car blended into the same color. So
That's kind of, because that happens a lot.
Yeah.
yeah.
It really does. And I'm not a fan of the roundabouts. I'm not. I think
there was nothing wrong with it the way that it was.
No, I agree with you. And then the sad part, and to that, we're getting another one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now the traffic north is going to be all jammed up again.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, whatever. And then it's supposed to be coming. They're going to be building a roundabout at the entrance to the town of Macy.
Oh, are they?
Really?
Yes.
Where?
It's
just like
it's
that.
going to be built up and whatever. And
I could see where it's gonna go. It's probably gonna go in that the main area, because it cuts across.
Yes.
It's basically like that.
I'm just not a fan of them. I'm really, really not.
One thing I guess on a positive note is to add in there, it does slow down the semis.
Yeah.
Sometimes they be flying.
Yes.
And I'm driving through there in the morning when the kids are trying to cross for school. It does really slow them down.
Yes.
But it spills it all over.
It's spillage.
All right, let's let it build.
Come aboard.
We're at that point, guys.
We're expecting you and love. Life's sweetest reward.
You're up, Sharon.
Let it flow.
What does it do?
It floats back to you.
My little fish didn't float back to me.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Soon we'll be
Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, it is midway point through the show here on the REZ RIDE KWTN 100.9 FM, and this is the Love Boat theme as sang by the one and only Jack Jones from the iconic 70s and 80s television show. This is the part of the show where callers, listeners, call, text, write, like I said, tell really kind of messed up stories, seeking some of the best, worst advice this side of down bottom. Let's hit this last note. All right, ready? Here we go. All right, so of course we're going to get into it. Let's get these songs situated. This is the one and only Michael Cooper, To Prove My Love. All right, you guys ready to get into this session of Love Line? Okay, up first then we have B-Day Baddie. And what she writes is, and she said it this way, I quoted her, "Girl, he went out with his crew on my birthday," unquote. Exclamation point in that. And the details, he stayed out of course until near dawn. And it was surprising because it was my birthday. Now, several weeks later, I'm hearing all kinds of rumors and ish. I wasn't even there, and it was my birthday, and now there's whatever you want to call it. I don't know what to do. I don't really want to drop the axe, but what's your advice? What should I do? So Birthday Baddie needs your advice.
She gotta get her lick back. She's gotta go on a bender. No, I'm just kidding. That's my advice.
Okay.
Girl, come pick me up.
Swoop then.
I know.
Yeah. Where we are in the REZ RIDE, so we could meet her
Oh
somewhere.
yeah.
Who's we? You're staying home.
Oh, well, I'm staying home.
I'll be driving.
So your advice for Birthday Baddie. Her mans went out on her in her birthday.
I remember a similar situation back in the day. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
She can go back out times 10 on his birthday, on Valentine's Day, on Christmas.
St. Patrick's Day,
Yeah, all of them.
Flag Day, Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Yes. All of them.
Like, make plans with him and act like you guys are gonna do nice things for the holiday, and then take off and go get drunk.
Hide his shoes and his keys. And,
Yep.
Or just ditch.
Yeah. say, wait, I gotta run over to, and I started, so I gotta run to the store and get some toiletries.
Be right back.
Oh my
And I'll be right back, and then just don't go back.
That's so
and have his wallet, so he'll pay for everything for you.
Yep.
Okay, I like the toxicity, guys. I really, really do. Got to keep it that way, because like she said, she didn't want to necessarily break up, but my advice is going to be, girl, dump him. Because if you went out on your birthday without you, and you were at home by yourself, the one thing is like, girl, you missed an opportunity. You should have called up that DL and said, he's gone. Keep it
Should have
toxic.
texted him and said, oh, he left for the evening. Go ahead and come over.
Yes! There you go. Yes. Yes. Light the fire of jealousy right in front of them.
Yeah.
I love it.
And
Yes.
bring the whipped cream because
Yes.
I have the pie.
Yes, that is the winner right there. Oh, I love it.
Yep.
All right. So, any other advice for birthday baddie?
No.
Don't you love some Michael Cooper?
Yeah.
Love Michael Cooper. Okay, so next up then, this was the one, okay? In other words, it's like, I had the side eye, really? It is Circus Repeat. And as you know, the Shrine Circus is currently at the Tyson Event Center in Sioux City.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it is. It started last night at 6 p.m.
Oh, cool.
In the daytime yesterday, they did a meet and greet with the elephants out in the parking lot, but that was only that one day. So, but circus is happening and it's in town. So Circus Repeat writes, she says, of course, Michael Cooper, and then we're going to be getting into some Ray Parker Jr. with the other women. Very apropos, okay? What she writes is, last year, he took my son to the circus without me asking, and I found out that while he was there, he actually sat with his ex and her new kid. And this was the thing. That kid was a baby. Couldn't even watch. Because, of course, you know, like an infant would have absolutely no interest in the circus whatsoever. And that was her kind of part with that. So, after sitting there, she broke up with him, but then says, now I ended up taking him back, and of course it's here again, and it got mentioned. So what's your advice? So last year, of course, he went to the circus with her kid, ended up sitting with his ex and his ex's new baby. They broke up. Now they've been back together because that was last year, and now the circus is in town again, and it got brought up. What's your advice?
Sneak him some melatonin, and then you take the kids this time.
And sit with her.
And sit next to that lady.
Did she buy the ticket?
That's my advice.
Okay. Right on.
The circus isn't even good anymore. Why waste your money and go?
Oh, they're like you're secretive with it this year.
I know,
I didn't
it's
even know
just
they were in
like-
town. No, I'm just kidding.
The ads were up and whatever. Actually, MC Eves went, and he said it was good. So, I don't know.
MC Eves is corny.
We'll have to see about that. So, but yeah, he said it was good. Yeah, the last
Who
time.
knows? I'm joking.
The last time I went to the circus, I have to say, to that point too, it was like, man, this really went downhill.
It did.
So, but I don't know.
I haven't gone in a long time.
Yeah, really. And they, to that, I think it's been at least 10 years, but it's probably way over that. So, okay. But anyway, back to Circus Repeat. Advice for her.
See if MC Eves will take you.
Was MC Eves the ex? Just kidding.
Because he's already been there. He can talk you through the whole show. Leave your boyfriend at home.
Okay, so
We're setting you up.
Ditch him.
okay, and then go out with birthday baddie. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So my advice is actually going to be load up the fam, girl. overdose on the circus, meaning that it isn't just going to be you and your kid and him. You're taking all the chujunks and all the chunchkes.
Yeah.
Of course, and then you're all going to sit there and you're just going to load up the heavy dose of child at circus atmosphere. Because, kids kind of go nuts.
Mm-hmm. We want those spinny things,
oh my
those
gosh,
light up toys.
yes, all those toys.
I want to ride that elephant.
Yes, and all that kind of stuff. All those poor elephants, those poor things. So, yes, so that is my advice for you.
And make him pay.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yes. Yes. All right. So that, of course, was Ray Parker Jr. with The Other Woman. And now we're getting into some Orange Juice Jones with The Rain. So the final question that we have then is Hood Rat. And what he writes is, he was very, very whatever in this. So I'm trying to recreate the voice. We call it quits. There's a bunch of BS, a bunch of drama, a bunch of blah, blah, blah-ish, whatever, this and that. But when she left, she took my favorite hoodie. I really, really want it back. Help me think of ways that I can get it back. So, is that kind of a thing? Is it? For girls to be taking guys' hoodies?
Maybe if you're just kids and childish.
Yeah, like
Well, these
junior
are
high.
they are young. Not everyone's an adult here, but
Yeah.
we're not talking about 40-year-olds here. So
I feel like that's like still got a lot to grow in. Still has a lot of growing up to do. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like that's a trait that a young one would have.
okay. Right, do you have any advice for Hood
Dude,
Rat?
it's just a hoodie.
But
You
if
can
you
replace it.
But you have favorite stuff too. If somebody took it, wouldn't you want it back?
No. Because if they put it on, their pits might smell, or they might have smoked and burned a whole cigarette hole in it, or
Stained it up.
sitting there eating burrito tacos and drip. And
Okay, I'm going to tell you guys a story then, okay?
Okay.
One of my favorite TV shows is The Golden Girls. And on one of the episodes, there is they called them Sunshine Cadets. It was supposed to be kind of a takeoff on Girl Scouts. The girl, her name is Daisy. Through a misunderstanding, Daisy takes possession of a family heirloom teddy bear that Rose owned. Rose wants the teddy bear back because she had it as a little girl and she was an orphan, and she wants it back. The little girl ends up going totally toxic, even cuts an ear off of the teddy bear, and then a famous scene has a water pistol filled with red ink, and she's going to ruin the teddy bear if she doesn't get what she wants. And so that's kind of the scenario. So at the end of the episode, Rose, in a very mature way, said, if it's time for me and Fernando to part ways, then this is what it has to be. It's a lesson. And she said, life isn't fair, kiddo. And then she grabs the teddy bear and basically pushes Daisy's face out the door and slams the door.
That's a very mature response.
Yes. So my advice is going to be something very similar.
Hey, baby.
Bro,
Come on in here.
go get one of your friends. One of them that knows his way around, I guess, the opposite sex. And you know who that guy is. Okay? Have him basically do whatever he needs to do to get the guard down, whatever else. And then when the time comes, have him basically grab the hoodie and then push her face and say, see ya.
Yup, and run.
Yes, and then your bro will be your hero. You'll get your hoodie back.
Yeah.
Definitely wash it, because like Red Eye said, the stuff could have happened to it, whatever. And then that's the way to do it. So that's my advice.
I'm gonna follow that one as well. That's good advice.
Do you like that, Sharon T? Yes? No? All right.
Yes.
Okay, so this is then the Love Line, KWTN 100.9 FM. We're going to give the rest of this is here.
Everything. get fly with me. Nah, don't go looking in that closet, cause you ain't got nothing in there. Everything you came here with is packed up and waiting for you in the guest room. That's right. What was you thinking about? Huh? What you trying to prove? Huh? This was the juice. You know, I gave you silk suits, Gucci handbags, blue diamonds. I gave you things that couldn't even pronounce. Now I can't give you nothing but advice, cause you still young. That's right, you still young. I hope you learn a valuable lesson from all this. You know? You're gonna find somebody like me one of these days. Until then, you know what you gotta do? You gotta get on out of here with that alley cat coat wearing, hush puppy shoe wearing, crumb cake I saw you with. Cause you dismissed. That's right. Silly rabbit tricks are made for kids. Did you know that? You without me like cornflake without the milk. It's my world. You just a squirrel trying to get a nut. Now get on out.
All right, KWTN 100.9 FM. That was The Rain by Orange Juice Jones. And we just finished up with The Love Line. This is Natalie Cole with a song that I really liked back in the day. And like I said, we're doing these club jams from the mid-1980s. And I like it. This is called Jumpstart. Okay, we have spun the wheel. And is it my turn now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get to go first? Okay, so the categories we have: no thanks, long lost deliciousness, yes we're going, tip of the hat, wag of the finger, favorite movie scene, and pet stories. Tip of the hat, wag of the finger. What I want to do with that? I guess I'll do this. I'll keep it. Okay. And what I'm going to say with this is to the tip of the hat. Apparently, very recently, there have been a lot of fields burning because farmers are basically cleaning stuff out and whatever, but a few of them have gotten a little bit out of hand. So my tip of the hat is going to be to all the volunteers who help make sure that those blazes do not get carried away, because they can, because the conditions are very, very dry still. And so everyone that's out there making sure that the world doesn't burn in Winnebago, that is my tip o' the hat. All right. So, tip of the hat, wag of the finger.
I think, okay, so I had, prior to us kicking off REZ Ride, I had to run over to the tribal building, and then I had to run home real quick. So I had to come back through town, and as I was coming back through town, they do the crosswalk for the youth across from the school. So I'm going to give my tip of the hat to the gentlemen. I don't know their names. I know one's name, so I'm going to say Will Sanchisi, but I don't know who the other feller is.
Sure.
But the two gentlemen are always over there. I always see those two same ones all the time. So they're always helping cross the children across the road safely, of course. And so kudos to them. That's a very...
Crossing guards.
Yes, crossing guards.
All right, good job. All right. Right on. Tip of the hat, wag of the finger.
I'm going to do tip of the hat.
Okay.
And my tip of the hat is gonna go to you know what I really want to do a tip of the hat to the 12 Clans Unity Hospital. They have a nurse upstairs that gave excellent service to my family.
Okay.
And, her name is Austina Santisi.
Okay.
And I just can't even begin to say how thankful that I am and how much she went above and beyond doing her job to take care of my sister and my family while we were there. And it made me feel good, because you hear so many negative things about the world, or not, what is it called?
12 Clans.
The 12 Clans are CHS, yeah. But I just wanted the tip of the hat to that crew that she was working with. And when your family is going through a really rough time like that, and somebody shows that much compassion and empathy and, you know, and just cares because she understands, you know, what you're going through, then I just can't say enough about the service that we received. And so that's my tip of the hat. So thank you, Austina.
All right. Very good. I have to agree with you. You know, it's really nice because, you know, when tribal members are in positions of contact, it really does make a difference.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't support that for some reason, and I don't know why. But, you know, to me, it was always, you know, the more of us that we have, the better. You know, and she is definitely one of them. So it's a good one. Very good to bring that up. And then also be able to say, you know, good job with using people's names. Because at times, you know, it's kind of this anonymous thing.
Yeah.
You know, if somebody's doing a good job, you know, you should shout them out. And that's what the tip of the hat is for. All right. So we're going to spin it again, guys. Because we have plenty of time before we get into our new sensation, which is going to be coming up very, very soon. All right. DJ Besame, your turn to spin it. And you're going to get into no thanks. So this is any kind of story to where somebody was either pushing something off onto you, or if some people love something and you don't, that's what this is about. So no thanks. It's very, very broad. It's basically where you're going to say no thanks. So.
Okay. It kind of goes with the story that I had told you guys a while back of it was something about like eating something and telling some story, but liver, like I just cannot do liver, and like I know so many people that I love and care about so much and they love it, and I can't.
I agree with you.
I just can't.
It's not for me, and Sharon likes it. She does. No. And to that point, DJ Besame, pate, which is basically this smashed up meat which is made from liver. I really thought I would like it. I did. And then the first time that I actually tried to eat it, it was like, oh my God.
I know, I just got all queasy thinking about it.
No, it is not good. So liver, I get it. You know, and then at the same time, they serve it at the senior citizens down here in Winnebago. And it's a very generational thing as well. Man, they love it.
They love it.
And it's like, oh, you guys, I don't know what got into you, whatever, but no thanks.
Oh, wait.
Just straight up, just like, no thanks. Okay, that was Natalie Cole with Jumpstart. And now we're getting into some Paula Abdul with Straight Up. All right, Sharon Ride-Eyed Redhorn.
Okay.
No thanks. Any kind of situation or story where you're going to say no thanks.
Oh my gosh.
So it can be food, it can be people, it can be, I don't know, anything.
I guess I get tired of negative people. I mean, some people, anything that comes out of their mouth is a complaint or negative.
Yeah.
And I automatically turn it off. And, you know, I understand, you know, things happen and everything, but I just don't want that in my life. And I'm glad that I'm at the age where I'm just like, oh, okay, well, good to see you. You know, see you. Then I just walk away from it, or, you know, I have to go, you know, and hang up, and no thanks. I just don't want that around me.
Yes. It is something that comes along. I gotta say this with age, you know, simply because when you're young, you kind of don't have that immediate ability to reject something, you know, because you're brought up and your parents, eat it, shut up, you know, and it's like, you know, that kind of stuff and whatever. And it's not just about food, but you get that mentality of you can't say no, you know, to anything. And then when you do find that within yourself, you know, some people get it earlier than others. Some people never get it, you know, and at the same time, but I know what you're talking about, very much so.
Protecting your peace.
Yes, definitely.
That is an important thing, and I'm glad you're bringing that up because I think a lot of people need to do that more.
Yeah.
I really do. So if you're out there listening to us on KWTN 100.9 FM, or if you're joining us on YouTube, protect your boundaries.
Yeah. And you don't have to be rude about it.
Yes, you do.
You just basically excuse yourself from that situation.
Yes.
And that's just like, it weighs heavy on you once you pick that up from somebody else.
Yes.
And
indeed.
I just push that back onto them. You know, I'm sorry that's going, you know, happening to you. Good luck with that.
Yes. No, I get it, and I'm glad you're bringing that up because there's so many aspects of that. We got to figure out a way to move that into a category and whatever. So no thanks is a little bit too broad. So next time around, I have to put some thought into that because I do want to, because we all need to do that. I can't say it enough. We all need to do that because that's definitely something I do in my life now, and some people can't get it because of how, I guess, public and visible I used to have to be, and now it's like, almost nothing, and then it's just kind of strange. So that's
I know what you mean.
Yep. So okay.
Gwen said seafood, no thanks.
No seafood
I love
boil?
seafood.
Oh my gosh, we were just talking about that the other night. We should go get a seafood boil. Oh my gosh, you don't know what you're missing. Just talked about boundaries. Shut up and eat it. Oh my gosh, there's so it's bothering me. My watch is gone. I know exactly where it is. I just whatever. But so all right. So no thanks. All right. So my turn. So my no thanks is going to be a very weird one for some people, but as Paula is finishing up with her straight up, when that song came out, I loved it. It had such a different sound to it, and I was so glad it was there. But of course, now we're getting into Pebbles with Girlfriend. I want to hear her little intro, and then I'll give you my answer, okay? Right here.
To believe or not to believe, that is the question. It just takes a street degree. You've lied your last lie, and I've cried my last cry. I'm out the door, babe. This other fish in the sea.
All right, so no thanks for me is, I know some people love it, they can't live without it, but ranch, no. Don't put it on my plate. Don't put it in front of me. I don't need the bottle of ranch in front of me for anything. I know it because my daughter Savannah pours it all over everything, including pizza. Ugh. I don't know where she got
It's
that.
good on popcorn too.
No, it's good in the trash can. Where
I
it
had
belongs.
that shaker kind. Yeah, that kind.
No, I don't know what it is. It's just the most disgusting flavor.
Like it with my fries.
And I know,
everything.
like some people, I know they can't live without it. They want it on everything. It's their version of Red Devil hot sauce or whatever. And it's like, no. And I know, like I said, some people are shocked by that, but ranch, no thanks.
Yeah, he's real drama about it too. It's like if we're going, we get wings, and then it's sitting there, he always has to. And it's like, oh my God, just leave it sitting there.
I do that for you.
See, I told you.
I just do that for her. I just do that for her. But that was, because a long time ago when Dega's used to be open in the hallway across from our office, of course that was Tyson, and then now he has his own food truck and that kind of stuff. But he asked that question. He said, why don't you eat ranch or whatever? Because they made wings over at the restaurant, and I would just get them without. And I said, think of it this way. Or no, he wanted ranch and sour cream on some of their Mexican dishes, and I said, I don't want that. And I said, think of it this way. They serve ranch with hot buffalo wings, and it overpowers something that spicy. So why would you want to not taste your food, especially like a Mexican dish, which are usually really, really flavorful? You know what I mean? And just drown it with ranch or sour cream. And I don't know.
Because it tastes so good with it.
But all you're tasting is the sour cream and the ranch.
No, you still taste the food.
I don't think so.
I
You
love
don't even
ranch.
eat it. So how would you know?
Because I've had mistaken orders, especially like at the authentic Taco Bell, because that's authentic Mexican, where they ended up putting it on there, and I didn't want to go back through the drive-thru because it was going to take a whole another hour and a half, and I ended up trying it, and it's like, no.
Drama.
It was just gross. So anyway.
Kept saying that.
I know, right?
Just drama.
Okay, so that was our latest round of the Wheel of Misfortune. There have been some other things happening. Of course, March Madness ended with the Florida Gators in a very, very odd win over the Houston. I don't even know their mascot, University of Houston. Do you know what they are? Houston, they're not, well, the Rockets are the pro team. Houston, I don't know what they are, but anyway, the University of Houston
Cougars.
In the men's
Cougars,
okay, in the men's championship final, Florida was up by one or two. I think by one. Houston could have either won the game or whatever, but in just this odd possession of the ball.
It was karma.
How was it karmic?
Because when they played Duke, that was not a foul. They were both holding him back, the top player.
Yes.
Cooper Flag, and they called the foul on Cooper.
Right.
And so, karma shows up when it shows up. And so when they threw that pass out to him and he was wide open, the Houston player, and all he had to do was a jump shot and let it go, and he jumps in the air and then the ball just drops. And I was like, yes! I was so happy. I was for Florida because I was very salty because of the way Houston won. And everybody was like, oh, Coach so-and-so, Ardega, or this and that. Nope, I wasn't going to go for them. I wanted Florida to win, so I was a Gator fan. I don't even like Florida Gators, but that was my team. So I did win in the end. Because karma showed up when it should have.
Yes. Ride-eyed Red Horn, Sharon Teed was the mastermind behind the 1 or 2, whatever, the 1 point loss or whatever it was, with the Florida Gators over the University of Houston Cougars. Is that what they are?
It really was March
Cougars.
Madness, though.
Oh, yeah, just a turbulent up and down.
Yeah, because K-State was out right in the...
Yes.
I mean, Kansas, they were out right in the beginning. Then North Carolina was out, and it was just like, okay, what's going on here? All the the top teams are dropping,
the perennials,
and so. But I had Florida going all the way to the ship, gonna be playing Duke. So, but I mean, Houston did play a good game.
Yes,
they never gave up.
No.
Not at all. They just kept playing and playing and playing.
And I did see that one little clip of them in their practice where they actually do practice fumbling with the ball on the floor. So their players get used to having to scrap around on the floor. So I think that's a pretty smart thing, because it happens.
Because they're floppy?
Yes. So you might as well, not in the way that, Le Flop does it and that kind of stuff, but it happens in the game. Oh, we're already there. Okay, so it is time for New Sensation Thursdays. Let's let In Excess give a little bit. So that, of course, is In Excess and Michael Hutchins on lead vocals there. And this is the section of the show, New Sensation Thursdays, where we feature new music or music that we feel you need to pay a little bit more attention to if it is not new. And this one is a little bit, it's not brand new, but it's something that I think definitely needs more attention in the months that it has been out. This is a duo. It's Denim, D-E-N-M, and Landon McNamara, and the song is called Wild Trip. It is very different than our playlist today, guys, so don't think it's going to fit into the 80s vibe, because it won't. To me, it actually kind of has a reggae vibe, and it has the island since Shut Up, We're Going. It's part of the category, so let's give it a listen. This is Wild Trip, Denim, D-E-N-M, and Landon McNamara on New Sensation Thursday. KWTN 100.9 FM. Turn it up.
trip is big. Come to me, my peace.
KWTN 100.9 FM, New Sensation Thursdays, a song called Wild Trip, Denim and Landon McNamara. What'd you guys think?
I liked it. That was my first time hearing it. I was feeling it.
Yeah, I liked it.
Kind of a island reggae vibe.
Yeah.
Like I said, very, very different. So if you like that New Sensation Thursdays, again, it's Wild Trip, and the artists are Denim, and it's like a DENM, and Landon McNamara. So pick it up. So, of course, now this is Denise Williams with her song Let's Hear It For The Boy from the Footloose soundtrack. We're going to give this a listen, guys. KWTN 100.9 FM. KWTN 100.9 FM. That is Denise Williams with Let's Hear It For The Boy, made famous, of course, because it was on the Footloose soundtrack, a movie way back in the 1980s. And this was the scene where Kevin Bacon was trying to teach his friend to dance. And it was kind of a strange. Chris Penn, Sean Penn's brother, he didn't have a whole lot of rhythm naturally and stuff, but he ended up teaching him to dance. Okay. And it is time for the Wheel of Misfortune to spin once again. Who went first last time?
Me. Oh, you did?
Was it? I don't
Was
remember.
it him or me? It was that delicious this one or no? Or wait.
No thanks.
No, it was.
That was no thanks.
We did no thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, I ended on ranch, so you must have went first.
Okay.
So Right-Eyed Red Horn. No thanks again. The only one we haven't done is favorite movie scenes.
Oh,
So,
I'll do favorite
okay.
movie scenes for $5.
Yeah, so
No, I'm
favorite
just
movie
kidding.
scenes is the last one that we have, and
Okay.
we are approaching the end of the show. So
Oh,
this is
favorite
the
movie
Whispers
scene.
with Rocksteady. And while you're thinking, yes. So favorite movie
Wow.
scenes.
Well, I think about my favorite movie, and but I'm gonna go with Dirty Dancing has always been my all-time favorite movie, but last night I was rewatching the first season of Bridgerton, and have you watched any of it?
No, I was going to. I never did though.
Okay, so it's kind of like love stories set way back in
It's supposed to want to be a Victorian era England.
yeah, but
With
there's a love
non-Victorian
scene on there
actors.
that I thought was the most romantic thing that I've ever seen. So he's gonna be with her, and they're married. They're on their first honeymoon night, and he starts undressing her, but it just looks so dainty and delicate because you don't see those anymore. But he unbuttons her underslip, and it has those little string with the cute little
like the little
buttons. Yeah, and he's doing it, and I thought, oh, that's just cute. It's just so, just like he's such a gentleman. But anyway, because they're gonna consummate there.
But at the same time, that was the Victorian-ish era with that, of the puritanical, women need to be tied from neck to ankle. And that's what that is, why they wore so many clothes. And then, of course, the corset.
Oh, yeah, well, they did the corset, but I just like that scene on
The
there.
buttons.
Yeah, just him unbuttoning those buttons because that was just cool. And I don't know why I like it so much, but I like to watch that just to see him do the unbutton her little slip. It's just like 3 little buttons.
Oh my gosh.
Because there's no romance these days.
Well, they had to be romantic because it took a day and a half to get the clothes.
Now they just fall off, some women.
Now
Oh,
they're just
kidding.
basically wearing a thong and whatever, and it's like, so.
Or,
Breechcloth.
Yeah, geez, I know, something like that.
but yeah, so that's my scenes.
Your favorite movie scene?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So mine then. I have a lot of fun.
I know what it's gonna be.
Wonderful movies. No, you don't. I'm gonna pick something different. Watching different movies lately. We watched one. This is not going to be it, but we seen the biopic that was done for Bob Dylan. And Bob Dylan is supposed to be considered this influential artist and blah, 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 and whatever. And I know some people are going to shoot me and whatever else, but I never got it. I am a music lover through and through, but when Bob Dylan comes on, I'm like, I don't get it. I do not get it. I don't understand why. Why is that considered just like, oh, it's so amazing? And I'm like, no, it's not. And then the timbre of his voice, and stuff. And do you know Bob Dylan? It's like,
Yeah.
and it's like, no, I don't get it. I don't get it. So the movie is, of course, a complete unknown, which is part of the line in one of his songs and stuff like that. And Timothée Chalamet is a very talented actor. I really do think that he did a good job with what he was given because there really wasn't a lot there. And it was an okay movie, but at the same time, it was like,
It's like a new movie.
Yeah, it's came out in the last year, and then
It's
it was
on Hulu.
Yeah, and it was up for awards and all this other kind of stuff. I don't know if Timothy won or not. I don't think he did. So that was The Whispers with Rocksteady.
It got on my nerves.
Yeah,
Really bad.
and this
really
was
bad.
this is now Robert Palmer in a remake of Shirelles. I Didn't Mean to Turn You On.
I had to put my my earbuds in and turn my videos up and just.
Yeah, the I think the thing that grabbed me the most with that movie was his first girlfriend, who he ended up cheating on. I don't even remember the character's name and all this kind of stuff. He tried to get her to come back, took her to like this festival, was going through the usual rigmarole. The people that he was cheating with were there, and she was just like, and kind of how we were talking about earlier about boundaries, she had enough, and she went away, got away from him, you know, and stuff, got on the ferry boat, and there was this huge dramatic scene and all this stuff, and it was like, whatever. But anyway, so the movie really wasn't that great. But, so we're going to talk about favorite movie scenes here. It's not my favorite movie, but it is definitely a favorite scene. Since we're going to talk about TV movies, I'm going to go back to Shogun. If you haven't watched Shogun, you need to. And spoiler alerts here. I hated it. I absolutely hated it. But in the final scene where the main character, female, is essentially eliminated, that just, you know, you get to it was a 10-part series. She was everything in that. Because also another part of the scene is when she was trying to leave the city, she was from the samurai, her family and whatever else, and she was surrounded by samurai warriors, samurai men. They were told they couldn't leave the city, so when they did, they tried to block them, and she told, I don't remember the character's name, kill that man. And so he said yes, and he went up there and he just slashed him and killed him, and they ended up getting into this big old brawl and stuff like that. She didn't get killed there and stuff like that, but ended up, you know, not being able to leave the city. But in the last scene or toward the end, that was just like, ugh. And it's not one of those, oh yeah, you know, Rocky won the fight. It's not like one of those things. It's like, but it was so impactful, and it was so, you know, huge to the show, huge to the movie.
It's like those lost for words kind of scenes.
Yeah, because it's like, she can't be dead. They can't kill her, you know, and it was like, come back in some different way, or like it was a dream, or, you know, throw some other cinematic thing in it, but they didn't. They
I already seen it before, the old version of it, so I knew it was coming. So it didn't impact me the same way that it did Brian. He was crying.
Oh, whatever.
I was like, it happened.
I seen tears.
No. Yes. And so what was her name again? So, because he was Daniel's son. No, just kidding.
Kumiko.
I don't remember her name. It's just like, oh my gosh. But so many awards.
Well, he should have been undressing her with little buttons.
Well, they did. Do you remember that? So, and that was before everything went to...
It was different, though.
Everything
That was not romantic.
It was, too.
Oh, Kiku?
He took a bath.
Or no? Our
Michael.
Lady Morocco?
Michael.
Michael.
Yeah, it was Michael. So, okay, that was, of course, Robert Palmer with I Didn't Mean to
What
Turn
about
You On.
you, DJ Bessamy?
Right. Favorite
So we
movie
went with like
scene.
a movie scene?
Yes, a
or
favorite.
TV?
Anything,
TV
any movie,
series, 'kay.
whatever.
So I talked about a show before that it's like a comfort show for me, but it's called Jane the Virgin.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
In there, there's so much that happens, but there's a part in there when like her and her first love, Michael, they get like everything. They kind of get their happy ending almost.
Sure.
And not to spoil it for anybody out there that was interested in watching it. Nah, sorry, it's been out for a while, so you should have seen it as well. But he gets shot and he like dies, and then like he dies, and like they give that cliffhanger, and it was a cliffhanger, and I like it got me. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I remember that, and I was just like,
it's just,
what? Because I was not expecting it.
yeah,
And it just happened all of a sudden, and I was just like, what the?
and then they bring him back, and there's just like so much that happened in there, but it's just like when I really thought that he was just done out of the series, he was gone, and she kind of essentially kind of moved on and has to continue on with her life and stuff. And I don't know. It's just that show itself just really, like, I appreciate that show. I'm glad that they put that out. And Gina Rodriguez, man, she's that girl. I like her.
Good ones. And it is, there's some good TV with that and stuff, a lot, because I talked about Shogun, which was TV, yours is TV.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it wasn't necessarily a in the theater type movie and stuff like that. So.
I haven't been to what I would call a really good movie in the theater for I don't know how long. It's just like, it's just not appealing to me like it used to be.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I like watching movies in the movie theater though.
Yeah, definitely good stuff.
Yeah,
there.
you get to. I mean, it's the experience and the popcorn.
Yeah.
Oh, the popcorn.
Yes.
That's all it is for me. Okay, so that is the Wheel of Misfortune. We have the days of the week with the time that we have left, and then we'll get into the deep cut. Okay, so today is National Bookmobile Day. So anyone that still has a bookmobile, if it hasn't been defunded, today is the day for you. It's also National Farm Animals Day. So if you're on a farm, today is the day for you and your livestock. It's National Hug Your Dog Day. So if you have a dog or a pooch or a puppy, today is the day to hug your dog. And it's also National Siblings Day.
Oh, shout out to my bro.
Yes, so to all your siblings, go ahead and slap him in the back of the head.
I'm coming for you.
And it's also National Barbershop Quartet Day, National Cheese Fondue Day, and National Poutine Day. Those are all food dishes. So tomorrow, Friday, is National Silence Day. It's a day to be silent. It's National Clean Your Pantry Day.
Oh my God.
So if you have a pantry or you have cupboards, tomorrow is the day to get rid of all that stuff that you need to get rid of, especially your expired food. Come on. It is also National Pet Day in general. It is National Submarine Day. It is National Big Wind Day. I guess that's some kind of weird thing. National Hamster Day. And then, of course, what your auntie is known for, Catch and Release Day. And then also National Only Child Day. So Saturday only has one. It's National Licorice Day.
Ooh, I love licorice.
I like regular.
I love black licorice.
No, it's
I like
gross.
black licorice.
No, and remember,
I
black.
like red licorice.
Yes, I do too. Yes, black licorice in large quantities is not good for you.
Well, you only have one piece.
Well, you can only have one lick, and that's enough. So, okay. So Sunday is National Peach Cobbler Day. I do love peach cobbler. National Scrabble Day. Are you a Scrabble freak?
Ooh, I like Scrabble.
I do too.
Yeah.
I play it every day, and I'll play like 5 or 6 people at a time.
Seriously.
Dude, yes. It's been so long. Yep.
And I played the best that I on there, and
beat them.
Yes. That's some good stuff. So National Scrabble Day on Sunday. Of course, it's National Silly Earring Day. And then, of course, it is Palm Sunday. So for those of you that celebrate that part of the religion, Sunday is Palm Sunday, where you get to go to church and get slapped with palm leaf. Yes. Sharon has many stories about that. So then Monday, of course, is the Cambodian New Year. So everyone in Cambodia celebrates their New Year on Monday. It's National Dolphin Day. So guaranteed that's your day for Monday. It's a very odd day, but it's National Ex-Spouse Day. Oh my gosh, choked on that one. So that is Monday as well. It's National Gardening Day. Are you going to get into gardening?
so today
I love gardening.
we've had seeds and those little things, because last year I did starter plants. So we had those again, and so today I started all these
Plants?
yeah,
Seeds?
her seeds for her flowers, and then I did some vegetables, but I ran out of soil, so
Oh well.
but I'm gonna this year I swear I will get them into the ground or into a planter.
They were growing too.
They were growing
It's not-
inside my
yes.
office, and then
Say, let them die. Just say it.
Dang it.
Yeah, so Monday, National Gardening Day is National Pecan Day. I love me some pecans. And it's National Perfume Day.
I love perfume.
Overload your
Yes.
perfume on Monday. Just be stank with it.
Dang.
Yeah, so then Tuesday, I didn't know they had their own day, but Tuesday is National McDonald's Day.
Huh.
It's National Bunion Day. And then it is National Anime Day. And it is Glazed Ham Day. And, of course, that is Tax Day. So Tuesday is the last day to file your
I don't like
taxes, I
that.
believe.
Ugh, I
And then,
like
of
that.
course, Wednesday is National Banana Day, National Bean Day, Eggs Benedict Day, Laundry Day, Orchid Day, and because it is her birthday, it is National Salinas Day. So that has been the national days of the week for the coming week, so I hope you enjoy. We are at the end of the show, guys. We're in the deep cut.
Okay.
And the deep cut is going to be the one and only Club Nouveau with Why You Treat Me So Bad. So, shout outs.
Real quick, DeGwen said her movie scene was Tombstone when Kurt Russell says, "You tell him I'm coming and the hell's coming with me. You hear? Hell's coming with me."
Okay.
I just watched that the other night, because Val Kilmer passed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so,
I'm in my prime.
yeah. But I always, and I have to say this, so we were talking about in our office about the our favorite Val Kilmer movie. And these guys, they say that one show, I don't remember what it was called. Willow.
Ah.
And so then they were talking about parts in there. But my favorite part, or my favorite, is when he was in Top Gun. And it's the volleyball scene.
Yeah.
And he goes and he hits the ball and then he turns to the side and he kind of flexes. That was, it was that's how volleyball players should look.
No, Rick Rossovich was the only one who even touched a volleyball in real life. It was bad.
Anyways, it was just that scene, but but I liked his arrogance in that movie.
Oh, sure, he played a good
He played a good
$80
a-hole.
sign, yes,
Yeah,
he did.
so we were talking about that, and but yeah, so sorry.
No, okay, so shout outs.
My shout out is gonna be to my coworker, my sidekick. That we just been through so much together, and we worked together for 10 plus years now, and that is Dee. It's her birthday.
Tomorrow.
MC Delight.
Is it today or tomorrow?
Her birthday's tomorrow.
Ooh, yes.
And she's gonna be 29 again. Again. And but I won't see her tomorrow because we
We'll
get our
see you
birthdays
tonight.
off.
No.
Yeah. So I just want to give a shout out to her. Hope she has a happy birthday. Her son said she needs a pedicure, so she said she's gonna go get a pedi done, and they're gonna take her out to eat, which I'm real happy for her. That
Yeah.
her boys are gonna take her out and make me
one.
feel good that they're growing up now, and
Yes, very much so.
yeah. So happy birthday, Delia.
Yes,
tomorrow.
happy birthday to MC
Yeah,
Delight.
MC Delight tomorrow. Happy birthday.
And my
to
grandson
you.
Hunter, it's his birthday tomorrow.
Oh, really?
He's
Okay.
gonna be 8 years old, and I was hoping to be up there and go up there. The plan was to go see.
You can say it, and I wouldn't. know,
Yeah.
So.
He's God, I forgot. But I wanted to go to a concert up there, and he sings. In case you didn't know,
Okay.
Brett Young. Brett
Alright,
Young.
alright.
Okay,
Like
so
I
he
said,
was
you
gonna
could
be
say it
in
and I wouldn't
Hinkley
know.
at the Grand Casino, and I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna wait and get tickets. They have a lot of tickets here this morning. They sold out. So I called up there and I was trying to get tickets this morning, and there's none.
Damn.
And so I said, can I sit out in the hallway? But yeah, it's Hunter's birthday, and he's gonna be 8. Yesterday he had a really bad toothache. He broke one of his teeth, and they had to pull it.
Oh,
They couldn't save it, and because it broke down.
yeah.
And so hopefully he'll be able to have cake, and he stayed home from school today, so mom and dad are taking care of him, trying to get him well enough so that he could have his little sleepover tomorrow. But yeah, so
Exciting.
I know.
Happy birthday to
And whoever
Hunter.
else has There's one more person in town that has a birthday tomorrow too, but I can't remember.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, happy birthday, grandson.
All right.
Hunter. Yeah.
DJ Besame.
You said it was National Siblings Day?
Yes.
Was it today?
Yes.
Today?
It's today.
Start crying. No, but shout out to my brothers, Bradley, John Redhorn, and Bronson Francis Dwayne Redhorn. Kind of just being the Hinu of our little bunch. They are like my best friends, so I love my brothers so much. I'm proud of them, of the dads that they are for their kids, and the men that they are for their women, and the brothers that they are for me, and sons for my mom. And they're just good men, and I really appreciate that for them and about them. So shout out to Hoggy and Bonson.
All right.
That's their nickname.
Yeah.
No, that's a good one. So this has been the REZ RIDE on KWTN 100.9 FM. I want to thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget, we are always broadcasting also on YouTube on our channel, That Fire Though. And the shout out that I'm going to give out to this here is, let me see. The last person that worked at the drive-thru that I went through, that was so fast and it was all there. So I don't know who you are. Some young kid had this, it looked like he had a star sticker on his forehead.
Probably those, they have those pimple patch things.
Yeah.
But it was in the shape of a star. And I was like, okay. But anyway, so gold star for you at the drive-thru, whoever you are, some young kid, because you did it right.
Yep.
About time.
Appreciate those times.
Oh yeah, today's Julia Snow's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Julia.
And Sharice Bass.
All right. All right, so this has been the REZ RIDE. We'll see you guys next time. KWTN 100.9 FM.
Big Voice. KWTN 100.9 FM. Allen, Nebraska. The official radio station of the Winnebago Tribe.
Hoka, hey, you are now dialed into the Big Voice, KWTN 100.9 FM.
The official radio station of the Winnebago Tribe.
Let's talk about mental health and wellness. It is a fact that Native Americans are at a higher risk of suicide due to historical trauma and compounding discrimination. We probably all know of someone who thought about or attempted suicide. There is something we can do about it, but it will take all of us to share this information.
If you or your relative need mental health support or suicide prevention information, you can call, text, or chat with 988. They are available 24/7. 988 works to ensure that all people have access to the support, especially when in crisis. 988 is always